Forget it, Bruce. It's Gotham. Is anyone even gonna get that? Like as a Chinatown gag? Ah, heck with it. So, Gotham news came out that next season, season 5, will be the last. And it is believed, I don't think this part is confirmed yet, at least not as of time of recording, but it is believed to be the case that it's going to be a shortened season, probably in the neighborhood of 13 episodes as opposed to the usual, I think, 22 they do on this show. So, yeah, Gotham will be coming to a close. So I have to figure out for myself, what do I think about that? Honestly, I think it might be the best thing for the show. I always worry about shows outstaying their welcome, about shows running out of places to go but doing too well to be canceled, and either spinning their wheels, or if it's something that is trying to have a clear narrative, the steam is really starting to show that they're making it up as they go along and there isn't really a plan. There are certain, some of the middle seasons of Lost, I stopped watching Orphan Black because I couldn't shake that feeling like they don't know where they're going with this. And I don't want that to happen to Gotham. I'm very glad that it is getting something, that season 4 did not end up being the end. I'm very glad for that, even though we've still got an episode to go. But because I want to see what Gotham pulls out when it knows it's the last hurrah. I want to see that. I want to see what happens there. But I do also think that it's probably a good time for it to end, because I've had fairly mixed feelings about season 4. It introduced some stuff that didn't feel right to me, Ra's al Ghul being the big thing. It did some other things that have felt cyclical. Kind of Oswald's the big thing on that. They keep having him rise in the underworld and then fall and then rise and then fall and then rise and then fall, and it's become a cycle that is frustrating to watch. He seems to, any given season, he either starts at the top and ends at the bottom, or starts at the bottom and ends at the top, sometimes yo-yoing back and forth over the course of the season in the middle of it. And that kind of cyclical storytelling, that's where it can begin to feel like the show is just spinning its wheels until they get noticed that they're being canceled, and then they figure out a good end point. So I think that them getting this out, and potential spoilers for folks who don't know a lot of Batman source material. So potential spoilers for the next episode. Last episode of season 4 is called No Man's Land, which if you don't know from the comics, No Man's Land was a storyline that happened in the wake of a massive earthquake that effectively cut Gotham off from the mainland, turned it into an island cut off from the rest of the country. And the story of No Man's Land was basically the supervillains battling for territory, and battling with the cops and with Batman. And so you had things like the Gotham PD cutting a deal with Two-Face, to try and work together to hold back the Joker, and you've got Clayface holding Poison Ivy hostage, and there was some things were better than others, but that was where it went. So the last episode of this season is called No Man's Land. So for my money, the bombs that Harvey stopped last episode, those are still going to go off, and we're going to get a literally reshaped Gotham for our last season. And then, honestly, they can just pull out all the stops. You can really figure out where you want to have these characters end up to set up Batman himself, and you can set that up definitively, and you can have Bruce get his inspiration for the bats. You can have him, you can end it with him designing the suit, putting the suit on. I don't know how far you want to take it, but you end with a clear point to he's made the conclusion he has to become Batman. So you can end it at that point, which is really where the show should end. And I am oddly excited by this, because I think if it had just gotten a standard season 5 renewal, like, you know, full season, and maybe they'll get a 6th later, we'll find out, I would be nervous. I would be worried about where they would go, because it's gotten hard for the show to top itself, because it's turned it up past 11 more than a couple times at this point, and it's really hard to keep going bigger. And like I said, some things have started just to cycle, and I want to see this show go out with a bang rather than just peter out. And I think a shortened 15 episode season 5, potentially, if they, you know, plan it out correctly, could go out with a very big bang. And normally I wouldn't be excited. Like, a show that I really like is getting canceled, effectively. I mean, it got its renewal, but it's getting its last season. It now will end. I should be sad, but it feels like this might be a good time, and a good time for them to just go all out and give us a big punch of a finish. And I'm gonna be excited. I'll probably be more melancholy once we actually get into the season, especially when it gets towards the end. But right now, thinking about the news and sort of initially going, oh, but then really stopping to think about it, like, no, I think this is good. Because as much as I may love a show, I don't want to see it die a slow, drawn out, creative, you know, death, you know, from a lack of ideas or a lack of places to go. I want to see it finish strong, and I hope that Gotham will. So those are my thoughts on the announcement that season 5 of Gotham will be the last season of Gotham. What are your thoughts on it? Whatever they are, drop something down in the comments. Let's talk about it. There's all that stuff to do, such as like and subscribe, support me on Patreon if you want to support the channel and the show, and me if you don't find me completely annoying. Links for all that stuff is down in the description, Twitter, podcasts, and t-shirts, and so forth. So until next time, this council is adjourned.